joining me is Dan Wideman from Ray of Hope. Welcome, Dan.
Thank you.
I'm so happy that you could come here tonight. You are from Ray of Hope. Can you tell us a bit more about Ray of Hope and what do you do?
So Ray of Hope is a multifaceted charity here in Kitchener-Waterloo. We have four basic arms. We have a youth justice programs. We have youth support services, which support youth with addictions and mental health problems and their families in dealing with those things. We have an employment services program. And last but not least, our community center, where we provide services to homeless and those living in poverty throughout our city.
How long has Ray of Hope been in operation?
Ray of Hope started as an organization in 1967. A group of local men started visiting prisons and just trying to help the men who are soon to be coming out make good choices and do a better job in kind of getting on with life once they get out.
Now, this is going to be a very exciting weekend for you, busy weekend as well as exciting. So Ray of Hope is part of Coldest Night of the Year initiative for a while now.
Yes, the Coldest Night of the Year initiative started off in 2011. And initially, the first two participants were Ray of Hope here in Kitchener and the Mission Services in Toronto. And it's hosted by Blue Sea Philanthropy. And since the beginning, it's been just more than we ever could have hoped for. The first year, the goal for both places was $40,000. And due to generosity in both cities, over $100,000 was raised.
Awesome. So what are the particulars for this weekend? So the coldest night of the year, it's going to be a walk on the night of February 24th, which is Saturday, and it goes into the morning of Sunday, February 25th. And what's going to happen between night and morning?
Actually, so we'll start off at 4 p.m. At our property.
Dusk.
Yes. Yeah. And there'll be a gathering of everybody that's walking that night, probably around 500 to 600 walkers, depending on what the final number is. And then there's a 5-kilometer route. And the idea is all these walkers are raising funds. And the walk is to give them an idea of what the guests that we serve at our community center face every day. And so you're out there this year. It might not be quite as cold as it is some years, but it gets quite cold in February. And so it's raising money to support the services that support the guests that we see.
And that is a real issue in our community, lack of housing and lack of proper housing and shelter. So this is a great way to raise empathy for the community that you are serving.
Absolutely, it is. We've seen just exponential growth in the numbers of people using our services in the last 4 or 5 years. Seems the world has really changed around us quite quickly. And so we do what we can to continue serving the needs of that population.
Yeah, I hear that from the not-for-profit sector. It has been a last couple difficult years, of course, with the effects of the pandemic and worldwide economy and all of that.
Yes.
So you get a lot of community engagement, and I just wanted to do a quick shout out to actually my church, the Meeting House. We have a group that will be going. I won't be walking, but I did send my support. So yay, Waterloo walkers! We're really excited about that, and I was aware of the initiative before you came. And yeah, it's really important to us as a community that remember all of us everyone in our community deserves security and warmth and food. This is the basic needs, right?
Yes, exactly. And I think all of us these days know somebody that's maybe not, one paycheck away from being in the same position. We see new people coming in every week that could be your neighbor, and they realize that it's a place they can come for supper, not have to pay, and maybe stretch some of their budget dollars to other things that really need to be attended to. So we serve about 55,000 supper meals per year, and we count on the generosity of volunteers and donations to get those things done.
Right. So that is actually a great lead into my next question about sort of the financial side of it. So after the event, how do these contributions help support, Ray of Hope and other local charities?
Yes. So our goal for this year at Ray of Hope is to raise $225,000. If it goes that way, that would represent about 25% of the budget for the Ray of Hope Community Center for our entire year. And so it is quite important to us. And that makes up kind of the foundation of what we do is food, but there's other things like showers and laundry and being able to meet with your workers or being able to get on a computer and print out government forms that you need to do. We just really try and meet the people where they're at and meet the needs that are presented.
Of course. And your overhead would also, I mean, it sounds as though volunteers are a significant part of your operations, but you would have to have staff and professionals as well.
Yes, absolutely. We really try and be a safe place for people to come. And for that, we need some staff to oversee the operations. So basically, I have 4th floor staff on when we're open from 11 a.m. until we close the doors at 9 p.m. And so, yes, some of this helps pay for that.
The coldest night of the year, it's just really one night that the walkers and the volunteers get to experience what other people have to experience months on end and years on end. Can you give us some insights to, you know, what you have seen with homelessness in our region?
Absolutely. So as I mentioned before, it's really grown exponentially over the last few years. We get people coming in, and we're really a mix of people who are truly homeless, so they're living on the street. There's some of those people you see in tents. Many of the people you don't see, maybe they're a tent in a hidden away place that you can't see. But then we also, about half our people would be represented by homeless, half would be represented by those just living in poverty, basically barely able to make ends meet, and the services we provide help them get by. And so safety is important. If you're living wild in a tent somewhere, everything that you own is with you and you have to keep it with you 24/7. And so we provide things like lockers where you can come and lock some of your things up so that you don't have to be worried about those things are going to go missing. Some of the other real basic services, if you're living on the street, foot care is important, and we have foot care nurses come in once a month and provide free service.
Oh, that's beautiful. The little things, and there is,
absolutely.
I know in certain circles, especially Christian circles, there's the significance of foot care and the washing of feet, which is beautiful.
Yes.
If someone would like to support your organization, make a donation, whether it's to this initiative, Coldest Night of the Year, or a general donation to Ray of Hope, how can they do that? Do you have a website?
Yes. We have a website. It's rayofhope.net. And there's pretty obvious things on there that will point you to how to donate to us. But also read about what we do. That maybe one of our other programs really sparks interest and has a place in your heart. And that's what we ask people is support the things that mean something to you in our community.
Oh, absolutely. Just share the love.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you so much for coming in, Dan. It was a pleasure chatting with you today, and all the best with Saturday.
Thanks very much.